Episode 18, part 3 of the Three Quarters podcast. I'd like to add that the Three Quarters podcast is Kenya's premier sports video podcast, bringing the best in sports to you guys. Road to Japan sensitization. Of course, the Three Quarters podcast has come up with the hashtag Road to Japan. We're trying to support the Kenya Simbas as they start their quest to harness a sport at Japan in the World Cup in 2019. They take on Germany first in a test match. Then they play Uganda, Senegal, and Tunisia at home. We go to Zimbabwe. We go to Bulawayo to play Zimbabwe and wrap up, finish off Namibia in Windhoek, Namibia. So jump onto the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas because they deserve to be there. I think they're going to represent the best of what Kenya sports has to offer if they make it to the World Cup and when they make it to the World Cup. This is Nashi official noisemaker,
Jerry and Goose, Kenyana.
It's also wise to note that Easter is approaching, and therefore the Great Rift 10-a-side tournament sponsored by Top Fry and hosted by Nakuru RFC, the Nakuru Athletic Club. The Three Quarters podcast, in conjunction with Moran Sports, has come up with a couple of packages to make it easier for fans to get themselves to Nakuru and to support this game of ours that we love very much and sports in general. We get into part 3 where we try to show you guys that we are not all about rugby. We are about sports. We diversify. We just focus on rugby because we feel that it being the second largest sport, it doesn't have too much focus, but we actually know a lot about other sports. Ngoos, wrap up on internationals.
Internationals, we had our very own Kenyan team playing Uganda, a friendly match on the 23rd of March. It ended as a stalemate, 1-1. Then we had another friendly on Sunday, the 26th of March, against DRC Congo. Yes. Kenya won 2-1. It's quite interesting to note. Also, we should note that we've been unbeaten for the last 9 or so games.
Yeah, 9 or so games, yeah.
And the Stars are doing quite well.
Yeah, the Stars are doing quite well. It's unfortunate that, think about the Stars when we used to watch them when we were quite younger. The days of Michael Koth and Musa Otieno. Then they passed over to Dennis Oliech. When now we started getting professionals, players, guys playing in Europe. We made the African Cup in 2004. Then, as is always the case with sports in Kenya, mismanagement. And that's why
guys don't see the future.
Exactly, guys don't see the future, and that's why the Kenya team is where they are right now. But it's good to note that these guys are always selfless.
They give it all on the pitch.
Exactly, they leave it all on the pitch, and it's kudos to the Kenya team. We've just also the France and Spain.
France played Spain. France lost to Spain 2-0. Then the Netherlands as well played against Italy. Italy won 2-1. Yeah.
I'd also like to add on to all that international sport that Brazil is the first team to qualify for Russia 2018. Sorry, I lied. The second team. After Russia.
The host.
After the host.
The host didn't qualify.
Yeah, they don't qualify. It's automatic.
So,
they're the first team to qualify, but the second team at the World Cup that's going to be in Russia next year.
Mm-hmm.
They've played some beautiful football, but they qualified. Neymar is actually.
Yeah.
Paulinho, yes. Yeah.
Playing some good football.
Yeah.
I hope they take us back to the Brazil that
Samba, the Seleção,
back in the day.
The Ronaldo, the Rivaldo, original Ronaldo, yeah, man, that would be some good times. But anyway, Brazil are the first team to qualify for the World Cup I was going to say Japan because I was there at rugby in Russia next year, 2018.
Russia not the stand.
Russia don't stand on the Union. I want to take you through the Premier League results. Good Lord Jesus. I'll take you through the Premier League results quick fast. What has happened this weekend? We had the Merseyside derby, Liverpool coming out on top 3-1. We had Man United draw against West Brom 0-0. We had Watford beat Sunderland 1-0. We had Hull City beat West Ham 2-1. We have Chelsea losing to Crystal Palace 1-2, or 2-1 rather. We had Leicester City beat Stoke City 2-0. We had Burnley FC lose to Tottenham 0-2. Southampton draw with Bournemouth 0-0. That was yesterday. Earlier on today, we had a 0-0 draw between Swansea and Middlesbrough. And of course, the results that have just come in right now being 8:20 p.m. on the 2nd of April 2017 is that Arsenal have just drawn with Manchester City 2-2.
Arsenal malaria.
Yeah, Manchester City's goals being scored by Sane and Sergio Aguero. and Arsenal's being scored by Theo Walcott and Shkodran Mustafi. Now, I'd also just like to read you how the table is shaping up. Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool and City are in the Champions League spots. We have United and Arsenal tied at number 5 now after this result. We have Hull City, Middlesbrough and Sunderland at 18, 19 and 20 relegation spot, and Swansea and Palace, Crystal Palace just sitting right above the relegation spot. How do you think it's going to end out?
Definitely Chelsea are winning this.
Yes.
The battle I think will be now the Champions League spots.
Yes.
But well, again, I think Tottenham are quite secured.
Yes.
They've already secured the spot.
Yes.
And then it's going to boil down between, I think, Arsenal, City, and Man U.
And Man U
trying to fight for the fourth
spot.
It would be nice if Leicester wins the Champions League.
Then they make it for the Champions League. Then actually they triggered that issue in 2005. Liverpool were number 5 in the league contention, but they won the league. They're in the Champions League, so they had to, of course, they got a direct path to the next years to defend. But anyway, it would be interesting to see how it plays out. I think I support you. Chelsea already won. I think Tottenham are going to come up second. I would actually love Liverpool to finish third because of consistency. And then fourth, leave it for United, Arsenal and Manchester City to battle it out and see how it goes.
What was the City?
Sana? Ngoja venye kutaenda. Our bonus segment for this week, episode 18 of course, this is part 3. Our bonus segment is as a result of the budget that was read by the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the Treasury, Henry Rotich, as well as the Finance Act that was passed last year in 2016. It has the budget. When Rotich read the budget, he's really come hard on betting firms. 50%.
Calm down.
Yeah, 50%.
Yeah, in the lottery.
The lottery for their tax. This 50% is supposed to be set aside to our national some kitty for sports, national sports. Now, the general question is, what do you feel corporate Kenya need to do? What do you feel they are not doing? What do you feel they need to do? And with these laws and these laws coming into place and legislation coming into place and the budget coming into place as it is, what would you like to see corporate Kenya do for sports?
Well, first of all, just come in, bring your money, pour your money into sports.
Yes.
Get your tax breaks with the financial act as you just mentioned before. I think by coming in, like let's say they've bought betting companies, give or take like now Sport Pesa, who have come in and they're sponsoring rugby, football as well. That it will cushion them and they'll still make their profits. Having the financial act coming in, them getting the tax breaks instead of the 50% that the government is requiring them to pay. And then as well as with the corporate being involved in sports, the money can be accounted for easily and in a much better way. When instead of paying this 50% that is going to this kitty, and knowing how these governments are about, when Kenya who are kunaenda, you'll just see someone has bought a chopper somewhere, things like that, and it's the sports that will suffer at the end of the day, and we need to bring this. We need to understand sports as well. It is an industry that can even bring you money. So once you build it, invest in it, I think we'll go places with it.
I keep on saying we're at a very delicate point in terms of Kenya and commercialization of the sports industry. Unfortunately, the mentality that really surrounds us is this thing of quick wins. We don't see about the long game. There's a conversation. Quick money. There's a conversation we were having yesterday with Peter Aboga, former Kenya Harlequins and Kenya team player, and we were talking about how even the corporates themselves, they're unable to see the long game vision, to play the long game aspect. So I only hope that with the coming in of the Finance Act, as you're saying, I come in, I sponsor sports, I can account for that money because I'm now taking the union or whatever it is to task. I've given you guys money, I want to see results.
I want to see how this money has been spent.
Exactly.
Then players may grantly Kando, we not want to know why. It's just accountability.
Exactly. You sponsor that. You sponsor this union, whether it's the FKF, whether it's Kenya Rugby Union, whatever union athletics, you sponsor them. They are able to go about their day-to-day duties, and you get your tax breaks, subsidized tax rates. It's a win-win situation, because if we go this 50% route that the government is suggesting, we know what's going to happen. This kitty, we are not going to see it.
It's election year,
We don't know where it's going to go. So as we keep on saying, we are at a delicate situation, or we're at a delicate point. We are like where America was 40 years ago in terms of commercialization of sports. We are where Britain was at the turn of the 1990 decade in terms of sports corporate organizations getting involved. We open up our market to that. These boys have the passion. We can always balance it out.
We have the talent.
And we have the talent as well. Bringing the Sportpesa, Safaricom are some of the companies earning the most money in Africa. EABL. Come in, sponsor. Then we grow these games. We go all these games, and not just for rugby, all these games.
All round.
Yes, we grow them.
Handball even.
Exactly. We grow them to greater heights. That has been episode 18, part 3 of the Three Quarters podcast. As always, we ask you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like our Facebook page, and to follow us on Instagram. Content keeps coming thick and fast from the Three Quarters podcast. And all we can say is that we thank you guys week in, week out for subscribing, for watching, for liking our photos, our views. We don't take it for granted. It's been 18 weeks plus since we started, and we soldier on. We continue our efforts to try bring the best of local sports to you guys. This is Ngash, your official noisemaker.
Jeringus, Kenyana.
And keep it live, keep it locked. Content, as I've said, drops thick and fast, and it will be coming to you guys throughout the course of the week. Until next week, cheers.